I just let the music guide the whole process. I think for me, that's the best thing. I go in the studio, we start in the beat, we building up on the music, and then I let the music and specifically the rhythm of the track to sort of guide my vocals. And I love writing this way. I really do.
Hello, I'm Eline Perez and you're listening to Are You an Artist? Today's episode is with Katherine Aly, who talks about writing songs on dating and observing the world. I love Katherine's music and her unique perspective, and I hope you'll enjoy this conversation too. If you like this podcast, you can support it via the link in the description. Thank you! Here is my conversation with Katherine. So I usually start by reading out a letter I've written for my guest. Thank you for being my guest. Dear Katherine, I first DM'd you on Instagram back in October, saying something like, "Hey, can I be your dancer? Your project looks really cool." Fully expecting no response as usual. But you did reply. It wasn't the right time then, but we said we'd meet later. We finally met last week, and after meeting you, I'm even more interested. You're often described as a unique singer-songwriter with a genre-defying style, originally from Greece and now based in Edinburgh, maybe London soon. You've been involved in many musical projects and collaborations, and you're now focusing on your own work. You have such a strong identity, and to be honest, I keep listening to your EP 222. Or is it 222? How do you...
222.
222. Thank you so much for being here. And Katherine, are you an artist?
Thank you so much for having me, first of all. And second of all, what is an artist? I don't know. I guess I am in a sense of expressing my own existence creatively, my experiences and the experience of other people, and kind of like in a way that to me feels like anthropological research. It's like I'm very much of an observer.
Okay.
And then I put everything in the lyrics through the music, but it's all essentially about the human existence, specifically in my genre and what I write about, the dating scene, the modern dating scene nowadays, as a woman, which led me to a bit of a funny branding for my music as an artist, I guess, as I speak about male fatigue. And yeah, by which I mean feeling quite tired by having to deal with straight men, and it's not personal, as systemic, though I don't mean it personally targeted to people. I've got some wonderful men in my life. I'm very lucky for that. But systemically speaking, it's a problem. It is a problem. I'm trying to change it. So am I an artist? Am I an anthropologist? Maybe both.
What kind of child were you?
Eldest daughter.
Ah.
I mean, that says it all there. Explains it all in 2 words. Yeah, we are a specific breed. There is certain things expected from us. And because, as you mentioned, my heritage is Greek, even though my mom was quite alternative for her time and, I guess, social context.
She's Greek.
She is Greek, but she was quite forward for her time, but still a Greek woman. And my father as well, very traditional, very backwards. There's certain things expected from women, not just in Greece, obviously, other countries, societies everywhere in the world. And your brain is shaped in a certain way that you're trying to, I'm personally trying to change. Maybe get a little bit of the burden off my shoulders. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like what kind of responsibilities?
I mean, technically speaking, I was very much expected from the more traditional members of my family to be a wife, to bear children, to look after my elders. Which there's nothing wrong with that. I just feel like, again, systemically, I'm not pointing fingers to anyone personally.
Yeah.
It's more like systemically when that's expected from women, I think that's very unfair. I think people should have children in a way that's not selfish, in a way that is inviting and inclusive and you know, open to whatever they're going to be when they grow up, whatever they want to choose to do when they grow up. And oftentimes, at least, I mean, that's still very much the case in many, many places in the world, that's not happening. So that's, you know, what I experienced and trying to escape from. I think I'm doing pretty well.
How did you start music?
I think it was kind of like a natural. I've always been very musical. I haven't studied music. I'm very self-taught. And when I say that, I mean even there was no music in school as a subject. I am 100% fundamentally self-taught. I don't read music, none of that.
When did you move to the UK? When you were...
So I moved to the UK. So I said I spent most of my adult life in the UK. It was 2015, so it's been 11 years. So I didn't study music. I studied, I want to say, live through music. I don't know if that sounds very dramatic. As I said, I'm a very much of an observer. So I like to see what music does to people, what does to me, to my brain, to other people's brains. Maybe anthropologically again speaking. And I always kind of felt like there was always moments of inspiration for me, even in very, very hard, especially when it was very hard times growing up. I loved playing the piano, even though I never took any lessons. Aside from when I was, I think, 9 for like a few months. That then family drama happened and I had to stop.
Because there was a piano in the house you grew up? Or
No.
Where did you find the piano?
Oh, so I was taking some lessons.
Okay.
So, like literally for a few months.
Okay.
That was the extent of it. So, yeah, it just started very naturally, in a way that I think most people resonate with music.
Yeah.
And then when I joined my first band when I was in school, as you do, I just wanted to be cool, and I loved doing harmonies. I was in choirs before that, and I loved singing in choirs, and I love harmonizing and all that. And then I joined my first band as a teenager, and I was like, "This is the best thing ever," and I want to do this forever. I guess I'm still doing it. Yeah.
And how did you find your style? I guess it's from picking up from everything you see, right?
My style, music style, yeah.
Or is it still evolving, actually?
I think at this moment it is pretty, well, who knows? No.
Yeah, of course.
Well, I am, as you said earlier, genre defying. Like because I listen to so much different music, it's really hard to pin it down. People that really, really went through my catalog, my first ever release in 2019 as a solo artist was like a neoclassical piano soft song, and things have changed. And I think back then I was, going through extreme breakup, but it was I think my existence, I'm looking it back, was just terrible, very male-centered. And hence, I was in touch with my softer side as part of that, being like broken and all that. And as I got into therapy, I started, I can't kid you not, obviously with listening to a lot of music, your style as a writer changes as well. But it was the fact that I went into therapy and working through not being so male-centered as I was taught I should be. That then my style became a lot more aggressive in terms of confrontation. You know
interesting,
what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah, so now essentially over the past just 3 years, my whole discography is literally about addressing certain dating archetypes from the perspective either the woman or maybe like a third person observing and trying to guide the woman. And, my first ever release under this kind of like brand and confrontational style was Freud for the mama's boy. And then, after that, other archetypes such as for the narcissist or for the player. And I've got another release coming up, which we're going to talk about that, talking about an avoidance. So it's just like, I just went through that with a lot of anger.
So I'm wondering, did you like date people and after you took some time away and you like analyzed everything, or did you keep dating and kind of almost used it, for your music? Or
That's such a good question. It does vary, as a lot of it is retrospective. However, the one coming up now, I was writing it in the midst of it. It was brutal. It was very cathartic. It helped me process things aside with therapy, but like I was having like an out of body experience in the studio. I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, I'm literally trying to guide myself through confusion and heartbreak as we speak, as I'm literally writing and producing this track.
intense.
And that was the most recent experience. And then the rest of it is quite like retrospective. And a lot of the times it's my friend's story. Or I heard something on the internet and I thought that was really interesting and I had maybe like a similar experience. So that's why I describe my music as very collective. It's not just like, I went through this, I'm going through that, I had to deal with X, Y, and Z. No, it's like, this is what we, as in straight women, or like women that unfortunately have some sort of attraction towards men, go through when we're putting ourselves out there, trying to date people who are really not on the same level as I'm really trying to be careful with my words here because I've seen things and I try to be there for my friends who are going through things again, because I was at this gathering the other day and someone said, yeah, but women are not better either. And again, I'm not pointing fingers.
Yeah, but
personally, I'm just talking systemically.
Yeah.
We are not in a good place. We're trying to change it. I'm not saying your neighbor is a bad person. I'm not saying your father is an asshole. You decide what they are. All I'm saying, systemically, we're trying to change things because it's very, very problematic.
Yeah.
So that's why my music eventually became really, as I said, confrontational over the years and more intense in the sound. Yeah.
And so how do you write a song? Would you have like, I don't know, the lyrics first coming, or do you have like a notes app on your phone and you...
Yeah, I do actually. I have a notes app where I write things as they come to me. I used to sit down and write the whole song beginning to end, guitar or keys. And then we'll bed it up in the studio. I don't do that anymore. I just let the music guide the whole process. I think for me, that's the best thing. I go in the studio, we're starting the beat, we building up on the music, and then I let the music and specifically the rhythm of the track to sort of guide my vocals. And I love writing this way. I really do. And then obviously I'm trying to conceive the project as I'm writing it. And then I will go back to my notes app and then look what I've been feeling, what I've been writing about and all that. And maybe if it suits the vibe, I will kind of incorporate that into, there might be a nice hook there. Over the years, I've separated the two. Like if I'm at home chilling, or I'm seeing my people and we're hanging out. That's a different, where it used to be like, oh, maybe music took over my life, but not in a good way. Like it was more like, oh, if I'm at home, I should try to be writing all the time, la 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 la. When I'm not home, when I'm walking to come and meet you, I will be listening to my demos, trying to think. So it was 24/7, and for me that wasn't good. It was creating this sort of like clingy energy towards my project, which I don't think is good for anything. Yeah. And then so when I started taking a break from the creative process and just bringing it into the studio when I'm intentionally going there and writing, that's how I wrote my best music. And again, very subjective. Yeah.
And so now you're focusing on your own project, but you've collaborated a lot before.
Yeah.
How did that evolve, and how did you feel through the...
music is a community. And when you meet people, the easiest thing you can say is, you want to write together? And then I've made some great songs through a question like that. I've also made great friendships. I was like, do you want to write together? And then you end up yapping away instead of writing.
And why would you come to someone and be, do you want to write together? Is it because you've heard something they've done, or through just having a conversation and you're like, oh, I think we're on the same page? Or
I think in person, for me personally, works better.
Yeah.
If someone hits me up on Instagram and is like, oh, let's write, but we've never met, like we don't even know each other, I'm more like, do you want to go for a coffee, maybe go for a walk, see where we're at in life? Because our song is going to come from our experiences, right? So we need to see where we're at with that.
It can be quite intimate as well, so you want to feel safe. And I
always compare it to dating.
Yeah.
I was like, so we're going to go for a coffee first. I'm a bit nervous. Or like the first session is like a first date.
Yeah, true.
It's about chemistry.
Yeah, true.
It's about like, are we on the same page? Do you want to see each other again? Are we finishing this track? Do you know what I mean? It's a very intimate process, and that's why you have to also be selective.
Yeah.
Before I started working on my current release campaign, last summer in London, I wrote with so many people. And that was great. I did about 15 sessions in 6 weeks. And I know that sounds like a lot, but I was also very picky with the people. And they were all, all the people I wrote with, there's a gut feeling there. I know for me that I seem to be able to choose the people I wrote with really well.
And now I guess you know yourself so much better.
Ugh.
I mean, we still change, but
yeah, I don't know about that.
It's a bit like dating I don't know. I feel like at some point you get a little bit more picky. Maybe?
Yes, I am too picky, if you ask me. Listen, I write about dating. I'm not a dating expert, and I'm not trying to be. I am, again, an observer. I see things that frustrate me. I'm gonna write about it. But like, I've had literally friends coming to me for advice recently, and I'm like, I'm gonna tell you what I think. Do what you want with it, because I am not in the headspace, I don't think, to be even remotely positively inclined towards your partner or your boyfriend or your situationship. I'm gonna be absolutely raging, most likely. So because I'm in this kind of era of, again, male fatigue, I just feel like I'm not the most objective person to be giving advice right now. If you want to slag them off, I'm here for you. I'm so tired.
But everybody, I mean, I'm lucky because I'm not straight, so I'm pansexual. So now I can, but now I'm like, I think I'm done with men. I think I'm only going to date women or like non-binary. But I hear so many women talking about that. Mm-hmm. So I think it's like it's really coming out. And even in like, especially in French songs, like French rap, like women, like pop, it's also out a lot in the lyrics. It's so interesting.
I think there's a shift. Where did I see that study that said women between 19 and 35, 52% of women don't have kids. Mm-hmm. And that's a record. That's never happened before. Yeah. And so there's a shift. And I think men are panicking, not actively, but like they're struggling as well. That's what I mean. The patriarchy hurts everybody, but they're not clocking it just yet. Not all of them. They're just very confused and perplexed and angry as well, but they're not listening. No. Because they need to keep up. And if they're not keeping up, we're just going to go on without them, which is what's happening right now.
Do you know that the French president is now going to write letters to every woman turning 29? To encourage them to have kids. Like, I don't know how they're going to do that, but just be like, hey, if you want to freeze your eggs or...
Everyone's panicking.
So, because, there's a problem in France of, like, there are not going to be enough, like, kids and...
The audacity to ask from women to sacrifice their bodies and their lives to bring children to this
world also that's getting more and more expensive and impossible to live in with this.
The environmental crisis on top of that, AI taking over. And like, what are you saying? What do you mean? Absolutely not. I mean, I've seen love. I've seen women in my close friends circle and family as well that they have found really, really, really incredible men. And there's a lot of love there. And this love becomes a child.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful thing
Yeah.
to watch.
It exists.
It exists. I'm not saying it that doesn't. That's what I mean. It's like I don't hate men. I just think unless, I'm sorry to say, unless it's close to perfect like that, and I'm not saying love is perfect. Like there's a lot to work through in a relationship as well, but unless you're there, and you know you're going to get the support as a woman, and you know he's going to help you after you've given birth, with your recovery, with raising the children, with the household, the house being a mess, every single day. Like, unless financially that you're in this together, unless you have confirmed this is what's going on, absolutely not. So that's why.
Have you met some resistance working with, I don't know, collaborating with men or like musicians and...
Yeah, I've had some pretty bad, not resistance. I wish it was just resistance, to be fair. And I don't want to make it too heavy or give any trigger warnings here, but men are horrible. And in the music industry, they will take advantage of you. And it's happened to me, and it's happened to a lot of women I know. And the most, I'll give you one example, which is the most tiniest thing. I was in a writing camp, and I was the only woman in the room with 5 men, and they are completely ignoring me, to the point one of the organizers had to tap one of them on the shoulder and said, "Katherine speaking." Like, I would literally have no saying.
Where was it, in the UK?
Yeah, in Glasgow.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, this is so horrible. Like, and that's like not even the worst thing that's happened to me. It's just like an example of how usually people operate in rooms with, when there's like mostly men and then there might be a woman there, so that on the social media it looks like you're very inclusive.
That's so interesting.
Listen,
That's really interesting. I mean, my brother is in the music industry in France, and it's like, it's almost like you can't listen to like a male artist without there being a big problem behind it, like the guy's raped people. Like it's so bad.
It's bad. Yeah, and this is why I'm so reluctant. It's like, you're gonna have to prove to me you're not that. Like, we're starting from, you are
Like
you're bad. Like, I start with, I'm in danger potentially here.
Yeah.
Am I? Prove this to me, and then we can work together. So as we're changing it. I don't want to. Obviously, I'm acknowledging how horrific it is, but I also really want to acknowledge the fact that it is changing. We're changing it, and there's a lot more awareness. More women and non-binary people joining the industry. Still not a lot. I was at this event the other day, Pride in Sync, and there was only one trans person from the industry.
Oh,
like,
wow.
You know, the whole panel were like trans artists sharing the stories, which were wonderful, but also so scary. And then, you know, there was one person in the audience who said, "I don't want to be in the panel," basically, because I'm the only one. It's insane. Representation. And again, there's an event like that to highlight how problematic things are. We're working towards it. We're not there yet. And that's why I'm like, I was at the Trans Pride, that was last year, that I was walking down the street with my friends, and then I hear some Greek people speaking in Greek. I'm not blaming. I'm just like, it's just an example. I just understood the language because that's my mother tongue. And they were like, basically, what do they need the rights for? They already have all the rights. And I that's my problem, you know. I can't contain myself.
Oh,
I
wow.
see red immediately.
So you would go.
So I turn around. Mind you, none of my friends speak Greek. So I started like, "What you mean? Like, where do you live? Do you see what's happening to these people? Like, they can't even walk from the train station to their home without being assaulted. Verbally, the best case scenario, verbally, if not like physically and everything else. So, like, do a little bit of research, please." Mm-hmm. And the people were like, "What did you say? Don't talk to me." I was so angry at them. And then I kind of explained what happened. But like, it's just the fact that people think everybody has all the rights, that there is equality, that kind of enrages me. And I channel that through the music. Yeah.
Have you always had that personality of like being quite straightforward and really?
Yeah, I think I might be autistic. I don't want to. My therapist says I'm not, but my friends are like, "Girl, like, I might need to get tested." I don't know, but I am very straightforward, and most of the time it doesn't work to my benefit.
Doesn't it?
No, because I feel like people, especially it's a cultural thing as well in the UK,
Oh,
people
that's
are more
true.
reserved,
Yeah.
and I try not to be intense or dramatic, but I am quite straightforward.
Yeah.
Because I love good communication. So if I'm telling you, look, this is a mic, can we agree that this is a mic? Because I feel like this is a mic and I experience this as being a mic. And what do you think? And if you're like, and I'm like, but can you not see what I'm seeing? But anyway, I think, I try to be very transparent with things that make common sense to me.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times that doesn't work.
I don't know. I found it really great because it looks like you really know what you want and you're kind of, I feel like you can really move forward because I feel like I get stuck sometimes because I always don't want to disturb. So even though I hear something that's really disturbing me, I'll just be like, oh, I don't want to go into conflict. So I won't say anything, but you need to say things. Like you need to express.
Yes, but also you need to do what your nervous system allows you to do at the time. Because believe me, when I say there's times I feel the same. I do speak when I hear something completely absurd.
Yeah.
But sometimes it is a lot to process. So sometimes I will shut down myself.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot to process. So yeah, you need to recharge and maybe just do whatever you feel is best for you.
Is there one song that you're particularly proud of or like you like the most?
Ooh, of my own?
Yeah.
I mean, the one that, so can I give the exclusive now?
Yeah.
So I made a challenge. I announced it on social media that I'm going to be releasing one song that is exactly 2 minutes, 22 seconds every 22nd of every second month. So, see, that's my ring as well. That says 222. It's all about the twos. I don't know how, it just happened.
Yeah, 2 and orange, the color orange.
Exactly. So the song that just came out, Show No Pain, for the Avoidant, I'm really, really proud of. It got a lot of attention.
So that's the one we danced on.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Exactly, yeah.
Super exciting.
It is a banger. I think the reason I like this song so much is because, first of all, as I mentioned earlier, I wrote it at the same time as the story was unfolding in my life. But also, I think it ticks a lot of boxes in terms of good, catchy alternative pop music with hooks and the production being heavy, and you feel it in your core. And I love K-pop. So K-pop was very, very much something I had in mind when I was producing it. And I love early 2000s hooks. So a lot of the vocals and the way I've stacked them, they sound like early 2000s. Like, think about Destiny's Child and all that, which I really like. And yeah, and also it is one of the songs that I have like a third person perspective. I feel like it is about talking to the woman and the man at the same time. And their story of him being avoidant and her being literally falling into pieces because she's got a more like anxious attachment. And it's as if I'm talking to myself through the song, trying to survive that situation and giving that advice to myself, show no pain. You're dealing with an avoidant, don't show any pain. That's how you essentially shake them a little bit. Doesn't matter how you feel, you're gonna get over it. You'll be okay. Don't show him any pain. Don't let him see what he's done to you, because that's what they like.
Yeah.
Subconsciously, that's what kind of validates their own sort of perception of who they are and how they're loners and how, they're not ready for anything deep and la 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 la. Yeah, okay, cool.
I mean, I really have a feeling these days that nobody's ready for anything deep. I'm just like, guys, like...
Yeah. The thing is, they do, because then they go off and talk about how they want kids.
Yeah.
And they want a family, but they don't want to date. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you're making no absolutely fucking sense. Sorry, I don't know if I'm allowed to swear, but like, you're making no sense.
You can swear.
Okay, good. It's crazy. It's absolutely absurd. That's what I mean. They are so lost, and I feel for them. It doesn't sound fun to be in their heads right now.
No.
Whew. So that's what I mean. That's what I say to myself and the girl in the song. Show no pain. You know how to play the game. You know when to step away. No matter what, show no pain. Show no pain. Show no pain. Ugh. Yeah.
How do you feel when you perform your songs on stage?
It's the best thing. I write to perform. I don't do it as much as I want to, because I think with pop music, it's a very specific... It's a tricky one, because obviously if you have a band, and I used to have a band, and I would get so many bookings because you've got a band, you show up, la 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 la, everything is as expected. Whereas as a pop artist that has dancers, I just find it a bit more tricky to get booked for now. Again, coming from Scotland, I don't know how London is going to be. Hopefully a bit better. I know there's a lot of pop artists here, and that's one of the things I love. And there's a lot of... London is so massive. There's so many performing opportunities.
Yeah.
So it kind of feels sad that I write music to perform, only to then perform a couple of times a year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I hope this will change with London, and not just London. I'm hoping I'll be in America in October. Hopefully.
Ooh, wow.
Hopefully, because the visa situation is very tricky. It's been an
of
ongoing situation for over the past few months. So I'm not announcing anything just now. I'm just saying, we're working on things, and I hope, I hope. I can only hope. Yeah, but and also keep writing. As I said, I will be releasing until the end of the year, and I really, because I've got my dancers, as you know, in Scotland, and growing my dancing family in London now. So, it looks so good. It looks really, really good. And I'm really proud of what I've put together. So I just want to share it with people.
It'd be so cool if you had something for next year's Pride or something, a stage or...
I get this a lot. I've done a few Pride events, club nights. And they just... I know it's just, they love my songs.
Yeah.
They absolutely love my...
Yeah.
I feel so safe performing.
Exactly.
In queer spaces. I really, really do. Yeah, so I hope more of that will be coming.
Oh. Do you have inspirations and recommendations of artists you like?
Gosh.
Can even be a film you've seen or a book you've read or...
Wow, that's a good question that I need to think about. I don't know why. I really don't know why. My brain is incapable of maintaining titles and names. Because I read all the books and I've got 2 books in my bag. Okay, let me just show you this. This is what I'm reading, because obviously I listen to music every single day. I explore new music every single week.
Wow.
Off the top of my head, I can't.
How do you explore music? Is it people who tell you what to...
Either going and watching stuff live, just concerts. I'm not gonna lie to you, through social media as well. There's so much good music out there. I know it's saturated, but there's a lot of good music out there. So I'll be like, wow, that sounds so sick, and I'm just gonna engage with that. So this is...
It's orange.
It's orange, of course. Because tell me how I went to this bookshop, and there's different categories of books in the same kind of form, and there is obviously a green one and a blue one and a yellow one, and they're about I don't know, happiness, inspiration, la 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 la, and the orange one was called Becoming.
Oh wow.
And at the back it says inspiration for courage, confidence and authenticity, stimulants for a faint heart to counteract quitting. Because girl, literally this year I've been through it. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I saw this, and of course it's orange, and I'm like, hey, you're coming home with me. So I'm reading this poetry book at the moment.
Mon nom est Angeline. Just a quick reminder, you can find all the book titles in the description of the episode, as usual.
And then this is another one that I want to start reading. It's my London book, Glorious Exploits.
Oh.
So basically, yeah, it is kind of Greek mythology, but in a very nice kind of like interesting. You know, sometimes when authors revisit ancient work, like and they go back to it, and then they construct storylines around real life events that happen in ancient times.
Yeah.
And this has really good reviews and stuff. So I thought this is good. So yeah,
And it's orange as well.
Brilliant, hilarious, moving, and profound. So let's see. Yeah, so this is literally you're catching me with the two books in my bag right now. But you know, even now I forgot the name of that book.
Yeah.
Glorious something.
But yeah, I didn't.
Exploits. That's the thing. That's what I mean. Like, I don't know why. It's very frustrating because I want to share the things that I read and I listen to. But my brain goes.
I know I struggle a bit with memory as well, but I'm very good at improvisation. So maybe you're very good at, like, I don't know, responding quickly and things. And
yeah, but then when people are asking for specific names, it's so tricky because it's like, I actually know so much, but I can't share anything because everything's like blank in my head right now.
Do you have like one favorite music artist?
Oh God, no.
No?
Do you know what? I was asked this question a couple of nights ago and I was like, are you actually kidding me? But I'm going to give you this answer. So this is how I suspect I'm autistic because I can tell you my favorite performers. And by which I mean, in the way I see it, a good performer is someone who is obviously vocally immaculate on stage while doing very, very physical dancing or performing on stage. So the combination of the two is actually very rare.
So do you mean like someone who doesn't sweat but is moving a lot, for example?
No, someone who is singing perfect pitch, but they're also dancing at the same time.
So robots.
No, there's actually very good humans. So like, and I was thinking about this in terms of like generations, and obviously Michael Jackson was
True.
Unreal for that.
Yeah.
So I was telling my friends about this. And then, so I gave them a boomer example, which is Michael Jackson. And then I wanted to give them a Gen X example. And I mentioned JC from the NSYNC. And everybody was talking about Justin Timberlake. And I went into this rabbit hole recently and I only just discovered this. But he was unreal. Like, absolutely unreal.
Yeah.
Like, I say even better than Justin Timberlake. The tone of his voice and the stamina of the man. Like, we're talking, like, I haven't seen, and I'm trying to think of other men that are doing this. And tell me how he didn't, we made the wrong person famous, if you ask me. But anyway, so unreal. And then from millennials, I would go for Hayley Williams. I think she's incredible. Beyonce as well. Great stamina, great voice. And then if we move into Gen Z, again, in terms of vocal performance while dancing and performing an intense show, Zara, Larsson, and Tate Mcrae are unreal. And they're singing, that's like live vocal. Because there's backing tracks as well, and some people are like, oh my God, he's lip singing. No, she's not. Like, there's backing tracks.
Yeah, of course, like harmonies and things. She can't do it.
Yeah, even the lead.
Yeah.
Everybody has. I have my lead quieter as well. Like, that's what you do. That's how live production works when you do this type of music.
Yeah.
But they're singing live and they're doing this insane. For example, when you look at Katseye, for example, global girl group, and they're amazing. They're such great dancers. But I haven't heard a good vocal live performance from them while dancing. When they're doing a cappella, they're absolutely brilliant. But like when they're done, they're not quite there yet, I don't think. So yeah, I think this is what gives me the chills. It's a very subjective kind of experience.
Yeah.
I love an energetic live performance when people are singing live and dancing at the same time. Yeah.
Random questions of the end. What makes you laugh?
Oh, what makes me laugh? I think absurdity. Like when people say the most random things, I'm like shook to my core in the funniest way. Like I've said so many times already, I'm an observer. So like when I observe humans being random and like quirky and smart, like out of nowhere, like so when you catch me off guard with something funny, that's my favorite thing. Equally, it gives me the ick when like some jokes are just so expected, like the dad jokes, for example, as we call them. That type of humor doesn't really. But when people are being very quirky, and then it feels like you get like a little peek into their brain. It's like, what is going on in there?
Yeah.
How did you go there?
Especially someone who looks like so serious or something, and then suddenly they say something, and you're like, wow.
This sends me. Or if they're in their chaos, and then all of a sudden they do something funny, I'm like, I love you. You're the best thing ever happened to me, you know. Yeah, and dogs.
I love dogs.
I am obsessed. Like it's unhealthy. Like I'll be like chilling, and then a dog comes in, and I'm like, I lose it every time. I just don't understand how it's possible that dogs exist on this planet.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I want to cry, I want to laugh, I don't know, and then do something silly, and I just think about it for days, and I laugh by myself. I love doggies.
What do you think about talent?
There's so much talent. I like that everybody's talented one way or another. I don't think we nurture this as a society as we should. It is a little bit problematic that talent is connected to, as like people think talent means or should mean fame. I don't think they should go together. So a lot of people just want to be famous. They just want acceptance. They want to fit in. They want to be admired. And it's not about expressing your talent. It's not about serving your art. It's about just having an important name. And I guess that's always been the case in history, though. Like, what are we trying to fix here, even? Like, people have always done this. Always, since the beginning of time. They just want to feel special. So talent, for me, is like, it's something that in an ideal society we will nurture from a young age, but then not give up as well. Like, because we do encourage kids to be very creative and develop their talents.
And then we block it out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was more like, of the happiest people I've seen, they are still very much in touch with their creativity and their talent and what they're good at. And these people have no regrets. And I want to be like that, I guess. One day.
Do you like to go to the supermarket?
Listen, again, autistic moment. I would prefer to go to a supermarket that's the one I know, and I know what everything is, and I can just grab it and leave. I don't like shopping. Then people comment on my style and stuff, but I don't actually spend time shopping. I just physically find it so overstimulated. I hate it. And it's in big stores when you don't know where anything is,
Oh my
and
God,
you have to. That's a nightmare to me. I used to love it as a kid. For now, I hate it. If I could have if my house could have everything I need at all times magically, so I don't have to do it, then that would have been amazing. But anyway.
If you could live a parallel life, what would you do?
Such a nice question. I think I got close to doing a PhD at some point, and I didn't. And I don't regret that in the slightest, because doing a PhD in the humanities, nope.
Have you done a master?
Yeah.
In
And
what?
comparative cultural analysis.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I did that, and it was just 1 year. No, 10 months, not even a year. But my thesis, essentially, my supervisor suggested that I turn this into a PhD. I wrote about otherness and identity, and I developed this theory of, you know what fractals are in geometry? It's
No.
like self-reflecting patterns that are essentially the same.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Symmetry.
So I applied that into cultural terms
Uh-huh.
and talking about identity and otherness and all that. So I was gonna, yeah, no, I was, because I saw how much my own professor suffered in academia. And every single friend I've had that's done a PhD has
Suffered.
really suffered with their
Yeah.
mental health. What are we doing in this society?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
artists and academics that suffer the most. It's disgraceful. I always think about I will do a PhD when I retire. You know what I mean? Just to be a doctor. Or something related to the arts. I had a brief job in an art gallery up in Scotland, a sculpture park, which was beautiful. And I really liked it. It was very peaceful, you know? I don't know. Yeah, maybe in another life I'm a mum. And I just feel supported and protected and very in alignment with that. Who knows? I see many, many different versions of myself. But I think music spoke to me in my soul from such a young age. It was kind of hard to ignore it. Even though I tried to, believe me.
Did you?
I did, yeah.
Repressing.
Yeah, because I thought it wasn't wrong. I thought it was dangerous in terms of the industry, you know, the whole kind of being paid and all that. And yeah, but I don't regret it. It is what it is at this point. There's no, because you hit a certain point as an artist that you can't go back.
Yeah, that's true.
You really cannot.
Yeah, that's true.
I am an emerging artist, but I am very fortunate to have been awarded the Next Level Award from Help Musicians. Next Level Award means something. It's like we're moving to the next level, so you can't go back now. It's too late. It is what it is.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Coming.
Yay.